Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming, back to London Watch Dogs Legion, and today I am outside a station which you may know if you're in London, and you may know if you've played the London-based Monopoly game. This is Fenchurch Street Station, or you wouldn't know it by how it looks because there's no sign on it. It's obviously closed up. Some of the stations are active in Watch Dogs Legion in London, but this one isn't. Probably because it's only a mainline station. It has no subway tube, as we call it here. But it's a strange station. It's as with many of the central London stations, it's the end of a line, overground line, and it looks like this. This is exactly how it looks, and it's stuck in the middle of like the city with all these big, huge buildings around it. Lots of the stations that are end of lines, like ones you'll know, St Pancras, King's Cross, Liverpool Street, etc., Victoria, they're all big. They're much bigger, and they don't look out of place because of where they are or the fact they're big. But this one isn't big, and it's just stuck in the middle of the city. It's a very strange thing when you see it. Anyway, today's video is about something to do with PC games and Steam games, etc., especially Steam, obviously. I know this is a channel where I mostly do PlayStation, but it's not a PlayStation channel per se. It's just that I play lots of games on PlayStation, and I have a PlayStation, which is where I make the videos to put on the channel. At some point I may, and I've always thought about doing this, add PC games to this channel. I've thought about it a lot. I play probably more PC games than PlayStation at the moment, and I have done for probably the past year or so. But it just means doing a new format. But I may well do that. I'd like to do that because there's many games that I play on PC that aren't available on PlayStation, obviously. So anyway, just something that I thought about this morning while I was looking at Steam and my wish list of hundreds and hundreds of games. And it's isn't it really weird that we have this thing in gaming on Steam called early access? I know it's one of those things we accept because gaming is a very strange thing in general. There's things that happen in gaming, we all know about some of the bad things, but just generally there's things that happen in gaming that any other industry, media, it doesn't matter what it would be, it wouldn't be acceptable. Just for how they release broken games, etc. You couldn't release TVs and movies or whatever it might be in a bad state and fix them later. It's just gaming is a very unusual specific thing where if you told anybody outside gaming who didn't know about it, some of the things that go on, they'd be like, huh? So early access is a very strange thing when you think about it. We're asking people to fund something that's not been made. We know from Steam and PC that often games never come out of early access, either because they just never finish them properly or people just abandon them. Some genuinely, people, obviously things come up in their lives or they can't finish them financially because of other commitments. Some people scam people with early access games. Some early access games just end up in early access forever. I've got one actually, I'm not going to mention the name of it, but it's been in early access for about 10 years. It's quite a good game, but it's still in early access after 10 years. So you never know what you're getting. And it occurred to me that it's such a strange thing. If I explain to one of my friends that isn't into gaming, which is basically all of my friends, they would be like, huh? Because it's a bit like, and to be honest, there's no difference. Okay, early access is something that lots of indie developers use, and the premise is to see if people want to play the game, to get funding for the rest of the game. But that's no different from indie movies or indie bands. So imagine making a movie, an indie movie, there's plenty of those, I know movies. So you're making an indie movie and you just shoot the first scene, and then you say, okay, who wants to sign up for this movie, because we only made one scene but we're going to make the rest of them later on over the next couple of years, but can you pay now and we'll be making a movie based on that? Or an album, hey, we're an indie band and we can only afford to make one single or one track, so how about you fund us and sign up to buy the album, but we'll make the rest of the tracks later on. Even a TV show, hey, we've made one episode and you know what, we'll make the others later. It just wouldn't work, it would be ridiculous. So the fact that it's something in gaming is, we should understand how odd that is. It doesn't make sense, because if you equate it to other media, it would be the same. There's indie in music, there's indie in movies, there's indie in TV, especially in movies and music. And it would be ridiculous for them to do that, and no one would go with it. Of course they wouldn't. But in gaming, we accept that as a norm. I mean, how many of us who played games on Steam and PC have signed up to an early access game? Not necessarily because we wanted to sign up because it's early access, but we just like the game. And we've got no way of knowing whether it'll be finished. Often games are changed around. It even says when you buy early access, the game might change later before the full release. So they may change it. They may change it to things you don't like. They may change some of the formats. They may change some of the story. They may change some of the gameplay. And yet we're still paying for it with no way of getting a refund after we've bought it. So it's just odd. And it's not something I wanted to make a point about saying, oh my God, this is so wrong, it's terrible, how do we allow this? That's not what I'm saying. I just think it's something we should think about when we think about what we do in gaming and how unusual some of the things that we accept are normal aren't normal at all. Anyway, thanks for watching Guess Again Gaming. Till next time, take care for now.